really maintain the trails. I mean, I do my part, as you saw, cutting stuff, clearing stuff, right? But, you know, there's groups like CMTRA. I know I've hounded on them in the past, and I think rightfully so for the issue we were talking about, but I also give credit where credit's due. And they do come up here, and a lot of their group, you know, also comes out and checks things out. But I mean, the problem I have is we, the trail users, don't typically hear from that group as far as how the trails are. You know, the condition, the state of them. Are they open? Are they closed? What's going on? It seems like they don't like to talk about that. And you're a trail group taking care of a trail system. You should be a little more open, outgoing, and letting people know what's going on. Whoa. Yeah. Good times. Yeah, actually at the very top of 701 at the Jeep Road, there are some good Jeep roads that are challenging too, that are fun just to go and play on. You got ones that are flowy, you know, that you can really get up and hit water bars at speed, and then you have ones that are rock crawling trails that you're gonna need some skills on. So yeah, I mean, unless you're cutting through the forest, which sadly people have been on those, and it's like you have a whole Jeep's worth of line and you're gonna cut around. I mean, come on now. Okay, get back on the bike. P-brake over. Ooh, it barely touched the skid plate. Now I unloaded the bike, but that's pretty good. I like that the frame on this is pretty straightforward, so I think I could make a plastic skid plate for this out of Kydex or ABS or whatever material I want to use, and what's the one? I'm forgetting the name of it. You can let me know in the comments. Like, it starts with a U, right? UHP, UPH. I forget. But anyways, it's I have some sheets of that. So yeah. And I was gonna play around with the Thrown Serpent, because I think that one definitely needs one. It's just like we're selling bikes left and right there. So it's one of those things I have to find time, and I don't have time. It also would beef up the thickness of that skid plate too. Okay, going down the steep stuff. Brakes are pretty good actually, and having that 140 series tire on the back is a lot of grip to brake, even though I have it overly inflated for fear of pinch flats. So, I said earlier in one of the first part of the videos on this bike is that I'm probably going to, when I could go tubeless, that's what I typically do. I do like the adjustability, but also I like the idea of putting moose, whether bibs, whether nitro moose, will probably be nitro moose because I know those guys and gals, or maybe moose balls. I don't know. Maybe put one of those on here and see. Or heck, maybe I'll try the whole new system where you drill all the holes with the new tech and put that on. I mean, I know those guys and gals over there, so, and I've been there tubeless guy for forever. I mean, I've paid for tubeless a couple times because I just don't typically go back to sponsors and be like, oh no, I popped that, do you give me another, you know? I find that kind of rude. So, you know, from time to time, I will. Like, they will probably for this because it's unique, right? I mean, obviously, I'm doing a lot of testing. I'm doing a lot of riding. So, and this bike is so light. That's the thing. You're going to have to, you can probably run 0 in this and get away with it because it's a lot lighter than a gas bike. Just so you get the most squash because you only have your body weight versus bike weight and body weight. Yep, let's just go right there. Whee! I could have dropped down that. I know I have. Before. So let's surprised I haven't seen another motorcycle yet. Yeah, that's the battery kind of knocking around. I got a bunch of that 3M Bionic Velcro. If you don't know what that is, look up 3M Bionic Velcro. Stuff is amazingly strong and sticks really well too if you clean 2 flat surfaces. So a flat surface of the battery on the bottom, flat surface of that aluminum plate, and I'll put on some nice long pieces, and that will hold down the battery really well and also stop it from sliding, possibly from side to side or back, front to back, and then also help with up and down. Oh yeah. The bike handle is better than I'm yet comfortable with, but I will learn the bike a lot more and get more comfortable with it. So what I really like about this is you feel like you're on a full-size dirt bike, but yet it's skinnier, it's lighter, it's slightly smaller, you know, slightly the length of it. You're gonna wonder about the length. I forget off the top of my head, but we did measure it against the Beta Cross Trainer, and it's just like a couple inches. It's oh, oh, just myself, thank you. But we measured against the Beta Cross Trainer. Yeah, just a few inches. So yeah, that's really nice with this bike, that it's basically a full-size bike. It just feels like a smaller full-size bike. So it doesn't feel as fragile as some of the other bikes like Sur-Ron, like DX and stuff. Are you gonna get away riding this in the city? Probably not, but like we tell people, you do what you can afford, right? If you're with a group of other e-bikes, you'll probably just go as much unnoticed as everyone else, just because you're with a pack of bikes, right? Like, just make sure you're with a pack of people. Because if they yell at you, then they're gonna have to yell at all those too, because they all are classified the same. Picking you out is just picking you out to really, lecture you and everyone else. But if a cop lectures you and you just tell them, be nice and say, oh, I didn't know, play the dumb card, and then I didn't know, bought this off Amazon, and and oh, I'm so sorry, officer. They're more likely they're gonna say, just take it home and call it a day. It's gonna be on your attitude how they treat you. You're nice, it's officer's discretion. If you're nice, there's a good chance that they're okay. Now, you could get the one cop that has a hard-on for these for whatever damn reason. He was almost run over by one, whatever. He's seen them go through red lights, doing wheelies and stop signs, and riding on sidewalks and doing wheelies and going fast and stuff. Yeah, it's understandable. He's gonna probably want to confiscate the bike, tow it. It's not the end of the world if they tow it, Depending on your state, you're gonna just have to pay. That's where, you might have to pay to play. Do what you can afford. Those are all true statements, you're just gonna, I like going over that rock. It scares a lot of people, but it's actually the smoothest route. But you live in a state like Colorado, slap an OHV sticker on this thing, and we haul our bikes out to the trails anyway, so it doesn't really matter to me. Oh, one thing, am I gonna stop riding my gas bike? Probably not as of yet. But there could be a point where I'm like, yeah, because in theory there's less maintenance to one of these. As long as you're okay with whatever range it can do, and that fits your riding style, and I like harder trails, then perfect. But that's why it's gonna be a while, because you need to see how these evolve. They keep getting better, the batteries keep getting bigger. Of course, that's more weight. I mean, the Stark Varg is 280 pounds or something? I think somebody told me. And it's like, 280 pounds. Oh my God. But is that crazy weight? Not really. I mean, I used to ride my XR650R everywhere, and with it, actually, with the big fuel tank, with the skid plate, with all the protection bits, I think it also weighed 280 pounds if I remember. That's not the L. The L is like 300, 320. I forget what the L is. But yeah, the L is quite a bit. The XR650R isn't really that heavy of a bike. People act like it is because they hear 650 and they're like, oh my God, that must weigh 1,000 pounds. And it's like, no, it's really not that bad. And if it actually had an e-start on it, you know, riding the hard trails was actually easy, other than when you did drop it, starting it was a pain. Sometimes it started right away. Other times you had to borrow legs to try kicking it, which then always led back to me typically starting it. Unless it was somebody that was on the XR650R or had owned one or whatever, knew the procedure. Like, kickstart bikes all have different procedures. And once you know the procedure, it's pretty easy. You know, I'd watch people try to kickstart that bike. I'm just like, you're doing it all wrong, you know. And I'm like huffing and puffing and sweating, and I'm just like, here, I'll just do it. And then like I do it, and it like starts, you know. It's like, yeah, because you're not going through the procedure that I'm trying to tell you to do. You're like, no, you do this. Not every bike is the same. It's not the same as your 450 maybe. So. Okay, now we're back to here. But do I want to go up? Man, I probably could. I should have plenty of battery. I don't see why not.